she also does Bonnie's office at the town office, which the other one did not do.
Okay.
And
Does the fire
she does the fire department.
Yeah.
You're talking about renting, possibility of renting the parsonage. Why are we not charging the ones in here? These mice are still running crazy in here.
Yeah, right?
I'm serious,
Oh, I know, and there's
There's
traps.
yes. We
Yeah.
sit here during a budget meeting and look back there, and watch them run back and forth.
Trust me, Anton had to come pulling out of the toilet for Ginny when she came to clean. So that it is known, and there are traps,
But the traps ain't working.
They're not.
Yeah, they're pretty good about licking those things clean.
Right.
No, he's got the poison traps where they go, they eat, and then they bring it to their nest and die.
Yeah.
They're not dying.
Yeah, he's not sharing it with the others.
They're not eating it, they know better.
Right.
Yeah, I did that once at my house, and I just found a big stack of poison in the closet one day, so that was the end of that.
But yeah, that's why you guys went up on that.
So actually, the selectmen's budget has actually decreased some, but it'll show in here that it's gone up, but we've added lines from other departments
Yeah,
into here.
Right, yeah,
yeah, the red line's only gone up like $1,900.
Right.
yeah, yeah, so we decreased our expenses, but we absorb others.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
You didn't say that's your phone.
No, I did not. I'm good with these changes that Sarah's done. I don't see, I thought there was something else we had to,
You guys have to decide whether or not you're gonna do anything with the deputy stipend, cause that'll change
Oh, yeah.
the wages for the finance admin.
I think at this point here, if you did take and grant the $400 increase for it not to take effect until next year, because if you increased it now, that's given.
no, it wouldn't, this would be for
No.
next year.
Yeah, it would be for,
You don't have it in the budget to
2025
increase this year,
then.
because that line is budgeted
Yeah, this will
specifically
be
for.
for next year, starting. So we do it now.
Right.
I'm okay with
Yeah.
raising it.
The entirety? Okay, so we'll need to increase that by,
400.
so it'll be 6,400.
That's under when?
Under, so
Right above.
financial admin, it'll be the wages just above the bold. So it'll be
Yeah.
64, because that includes, that is the, treasurer, the deputy treasurer, and the town report. You guys are good with the rest of the changes? I'll double check the tech support line, make sure we don't have to add that in.
Okay. This is the Avatar, the contract update. You won't go set with that. You got, I have a copy here too. I brought my copy with me. So what do you want to start with? The mapping portion? We have a couple decisions to make here. We have for the mapping, we have a $500 option, or after that it goes to, it's really expensive.
It does.
You know, I'd say, because the other portion is because of the increased cost from COVID, it's going up $2,000 plus to do next year's. So my thought was that we had to go with a 1-year deferral for 500. We had to go with the cheapest option on the maps. And it sounds like with the maps, we just keep what we already have. Am I correct in that? Well, I guess we get the maps, but we don't get,
We don't get the updates.
we don't get the updates. It's just basically saying we're gonna hang on to what we have and wait till next year. Because next year, we're gonna be deciding whether or not, it's a contract year for the entire contract. So, my feeling is, why do we wanna, contract something, the maps beyond the 1 year? Because if we go to a different organization, which I doubt if we will, but we might, then we could do the whole ball of wax with the new guys. Instead of leaving a little section for Avatar, I hate to leave them and go somewhere else and then have this mapping thing follow,
Well, that's it, if you go with the 500,
yeah.
at least now they're not gonna be looking and saying, oh, well, we got them locked in, so we can go and charge whatever we want,
Right.
after the contract.
Well, not only that, we're gonna save, because we're gonna pay more for, next year by 2,000 and change, the 500 will make up some of that difference. It'll make up the difference, because 500 is a lot less than 3,800, and you're gonna save over $3,000.
Right.
Or if we went with a 1-year standard, that's $4,900 for maps. And people look at the maps that carefully, and are the maps really that accurate?
No,
They're not accurate, because we almost auctioned off a piece of waterfront property that we don't own, because if you look at the tax maps, so what do you get out of the tax maps? It's just a rough idea of what's out there.
Yeah.
And you can't go by, and it doesn't even have the measurements on there anymore, does it?
No.
It used to have the measurements.
Some properties it does, but not all.
Yeah.
There are some that if they had the survey numbers, they were put on there, but not all of them do.
Are we
I would
looking,
say a majority do not.
are we looking at getting our maps updated in the next year?
Cause you won't with that plan.
They make corrections.
We're talking about updates. 2025 map updates, none included, that 1 year deferred. But after that 1 year, we go to another contract, we could
Have
get
them-
one, then
Yeah,
are we looking at getting any updates? Or are we gonna do the same one we have?
That's a good question. I mean, I still go with my $500,
Cause like what, next year's our last year.
next year's our last year,
Last year with Avatar.
under the current contract with Avatar. And like I said, if I was betting, I'd bet we're gonna keep them beyond that, but we don't know yet. Because if we
Exactly.
put it up for
If we
bid.
need to do an update.
some
we-
amazing new company could come through and
Right.
like, we can
Never know.
electronically make everything better for cheaper.
If we need to
You don't
do
know.
an update, we have Sarah sit there with a crayon color in.
We could have Sarah get it, we get her a box of crayons.
Right.
That's
She's got a box of crayons.
Yeah. Or we could even get colored pencils, you could sharpen.
So 7 o'clock is your guys' cutoff.
For you to call?
No, I think the $500 one is fine, 'cause I don't see us getting any updates. A new map book, or 2 map books. And everything else is pretty much the same.
Yeah, so I'd go with 500 too.
Yeah.
Or should go with a $500 plan.
Second?
Okay.
Aye.
Yay.
So then we have this other update.
Does that have to be signed?
Senior Chairman authorizing requisition. By me. The 1 year deferred.
This one calls for a witness. Does this call for a notary?
Does it have a notary on?
No, but it does have in the presence of a witness. And it looks like it's all 3 of our signatures too.
Yeah, that's the agreement. It's like the last one you signed.
Okay. And the maps is just you, just one signature.
The kiosk map one, was that online or no?
Yes, oh no, that must be the online thing, we don't have.
We're just going to go
Oh, yeah.
very thorough.
There's no map on that. Online fair. Yeah, that is the one.
So what is this second file? It's saying they want more money?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're amending the price.
Yeah, of the last year.
Why do you need to sign a change of price that was already under contract?
Right.
So they're amending the contract. So this is you guys agreeing to the amendment that you don't really have a choice on.
twice.
Yeah, if it's a contract, and we choose not to sign it, they have to live by the contract.
It depends on the wording of the original
If you
contract, and
looked
the
at the
wording of the
original
original contract, I believe, says in
I think
there
there- I
that
think
the
there's
costs are
language.
subject to change.
I think there's language in that original contract where that fifth year is
Yeah, subject to change.
subject to change based on conditions. So they left it, there's a loophole in that original contract.
What happens if you just don't sign it?
Well, then we probably don't get our update. And then that doesn't, that's not a happy ending.
I think just wondering if it's a
That's,
little.
that's what happens, and then if you don't have your update, or your statistical update, whatever you call it, then the state will come in and do it for you, and chances are it's gonna be more costly. You're pretty much stuck by what the state says you have to do. But we could wait before we sign this, if we wanna research it some more.
Oh, yeah.
Or we can invite him here to explain himself.
Yes,
Would you prefer that?
yeah.
Can we see if we can do that? We said that last time.
Say that again.
Ask Jared to come
Okay,
explain this to us,
see if Jared can come.
Yeah.
or one of them.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be Jaren, it could be somebody else.
Not Jerry.
Next meeting.
And I would ask when the next contract, if we should go with that, that it not be included in it.
Absolutely.
I mean,
I think the next contract, I would like to see it set up so we don't have to have a capital reserve fund. I'd rather pay 1/5, 1/5, 1/5, 1/5 and have it in the budget and be done with it.
well, I believe that's the way we did set it up too. No, it did pass.
We had to go to capital, we had to do a
We
capital
have
reserve,
we have a capital reserve for this.
yeah. The first 2 years it failed.
How much is it?
Because if people get their tax bills and they get upset at that, you hear them when they go to
Thing.
Oh,
another
yes.
session about Avatar, and that's only the tip of the iceberg.
Right.
You did that.
That capital reserve, sheet, I don't know if it's got that one on it, so I don't think it has everything in it might. It's in here somewhere.
That reserve. Property tax reevaluation, 49,167.98.
So we have to make sure we ask for the right amount for 2025 to go in there
Yeah.
to meet the costs, otherwise we're gonna have to do it.
Yeah, because we're gonna be signing the budget prior to having a contract with
Yeah,
with Avatar, or whoever it is. So that means we would have to have that capital reserve right off the bat, which I don't wanna have, period, but I don't know why we just can't have a contract. That doesn't have it. I guess it's because our contracts have been backwards. We've been doing 5-year contracts, with the first year being the rebound, and then the subsequent years just doing the measurement, and it should be the other way around. It got thrown off kilter because of the time the state came in and said you got it. And that was no fun either.
Okay.
you guys done with that?
Yep.
All right, special limited power of attorney with durable clause. This is for the auction on Saturday. They just need your signatures and I need to, stamp it.
So the auction's at,
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday.
Correspondence. City of Lebanon. Dear community partner, thank you for all attending our meeting with the vital communities to discuss the future of our landfill and our study to enhance the division of recycling from our landfill. The meeting was very successful, and please keep an eye out for our recycling survey that should be coming to you shortly. Last night, the city council passed our proposed rate increase and code changes. Some of its proposed changes include a 15% increase in the tip fee, bringing it to $120.75. A minimum scale load fee for MSW and C&D and bulky to $40. Bag rate increase $2 for 15-gallon bags and $4 for 30-gallon bags. No, except it's a brush, isn't it? A contaminated or mixed load recycling rate of $300 per ton. A full copy of the changes are attached. If you have any questions, concerns, please do not hesitate to contact me, Erica Douglas, C11.
So they made changes to their ordinance. The one change that would be interest to us is that they are now offering recycling of paper to other municipalities.
Really?
However, Rick pointed out that,
Yeah.
well, it's only $50 for the year. But if there's any contaminants in there, it's $300 charge. And they get to choose
One of the contaminated.
what the contaminant is. So if you get like a whole thing of paper and
Someone throws
there's
that-
a banana peel
Or a pizza box.
or a pizza box,
We
it's
get charged
contaminated. We get
$300.
a ton.
Yeah, or a milk carton.
So I don't know if it's, I don't know.
I'm trying to convince them to make a paper burner down there, but they had a little tank down there. Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Management.
Oh, we
This is the
got
bridge.
granted the award for the hazard mitigation plan.
Oh, yeah. Not reading this. Sorry.
We got granted the award for the,
update our,
to update the hazard mitigation plan. So,
is that a money, a
yeah,
monetary?
so the project total was 10,000, we got 9,000, with the $1,000 of in-kind, so $1,000 from us, but that's through in-kind, so it'll be
Labor.
through labor, like
Yeah.
me going to the meetings and stuff, that my wages count towards that.
Who's gonna run the meetings? I mean, is it the
Um,
state that, does Paul Hatch have anything to do with it, or somebody from the state? Or is it all up to us?
So, John is recruiting the same one that did the plan previously
Okay,
to do the update. She already has all of the,
okay, so
Information.
John's gonna take the lead on this, being
Yes.
the urgency manager, okay?
yeah, and we do have a meeting, I don't know if any of you want to attend. All of them gonna be there, John and, Jeff is going to be on as well. And that is, Thursday at 10.
This coming Thursday,
Yeah.
okay.
And that's just, they'll just go over what the next steps are, how this is gonna work. But,
Okay. Public comment. Leeway.
In regards to the compost toilet ordinance, there's a line talking about the running water. I don't think you should omit people from having the ability to use one if they choose to use one, even if they have running water. It's just mine.
I forgot to mention that part, but I agree with you.
Yeah, we'll talk about it on 17th, more in depth. A longer meeting.
I have two public comments and then a cemetery comment question. I agree with Steve and Leeway on all the compost toilet, ordinance changes per my reading of the human manure book. The junkyard and the health officer, I don't understand why the junkyard has anything to do with the health officer if there's no like leaking oil or anything of public health concern, meaning like if there's just, if you read the if you just read the junkyard laws, there's like, if there are two pieces of rope and, you know, metal and everything, I don't see why that has anything to do with the health officer if it's not health related, so I'm not sure why that is talked about. You guys may already know that, but that's just a question I've been having in my head for a while. And the fact that the legal counsel has problems with our junkyard ordinance seems to me like a good rational reason to get rid of that. Like, it's bad to have bad laws that we can get countersued with and all that, so that's my comment on the junkyard stuff. In terms of the cemetery trustee ordinance that we wanted to propose, warrant article that we wanted to propose, I would love to get a read on you guys if you want to sponsor that or whatever, get it on the list of ordinances, otherwise we'll have to stand out in the cold at the dump. So have you guys,
We haven't come up with the ordinances, but my feeling was when we were all behind putting that on without having,
warrant articles.
on the warrant, having that article on the warrant put there by the selectmen,
okay,
so you don't need to petition it.
alright.
It won't hurt to stand out there with a sign if you want to.
Should we go over the warrant articles and get that done?
Yeah, I mean, at some point, we'd love to have an info session like
You
this.
guys can go over it the next time. You guys can go over the budget amounts and stuff.
Thanks.
Just a comment in regards to what Brian said, but with the junkyard ordinance, if whatever's happening is encouraging an infestation of rodents or something, then it is more warranted, or if it's leaking into water, bodies of water. With the health officer.
Yeah, a lot of our ordinances we should probably have to go over and redo.
Yeah, well, those two certainly. And that's the problem, when you come up with ordinances and your intentions are good, and it's so easy to step on your toes when you do something like that. And sometimes it's better to do nothing, like, you know,
That's gonna get to the point where we're gonna just say screw it, just turn to the state.
turn to the state. The backside of that is, and I know we had this issue with somebody putting in a mud pit, was that since we didn't have any ordinances, it meant everything's okay, you know.
Yeah, but the state has their own rules on junkyards and stuff,
The
so.
state has got the rules, yeah, basically we defer to the state and go with their practices. We're usually in a much better shape legally. I agree with that. So we'll have to take a look at the junkyard ordinance as well as the composting toilet. I'll come for that.
When I was doing some looking into it, it looked like the verbiage for it was ripped right from Canaan. Canaan has the exact same ordinance.
Well, I mean, I was on the board when that came out, but I had just rejoined the board at that time. It was in the beginning of 18. I think I just was elected, and I don't remember who was spearheading that change. But there was a push to change that junkyard ordinance at that time. I don't remember, but like, it looks like some things were added that could cause little tripping up, so we'll have to take a look at it.
Any final comments?
I'm good. Auction on Saturday at 2.
Right, the only comment is, if we have to take up that fund for Steve to have a good pen, let's do it.
Yeah, a couple of them like sold in office. Motion to